we are, Monday, January 17th, 2022, and there has been a formal complaint made to Rutland Police Department in regards to Brianna being missing. Brianna Marie Knight's date of birth, 11/4/92. You've seen her previous photos. I'll share more again. The fact is that Brianna was lured from Florida by Northeast Kingdom Mental Health Services. They told her, knowing that she's in an involuntary state of mind, knowing that she was very medically ill, they lured her back to Vermont, promising her that they were going to get her son back home to her, that they were going to make sure that she had all of her belongings returned to her, they were going to get her car returned to her, everything was going to be returned to her, is the impression that they gave her. They told her that they had a bus trip of 43 hours plus 7 delays, 7 layovers and such. Brianna was so medically ill, she was in and out of the hospital. She was so medically ill that the hospital couldn't take care of her. I took care of her. I got her back to health. I nurtured her as well as I could. We got back home. We had no place to go because the town of Anson had conspired with the fire department to burn our home down while we were gone, knowing full intent and well that we were coming home. They wanted to make sure that we didn't have a place to come home to. So I've got paperwork filing for the Attorney General in each state, Vermont and Maine, for the simple fact I am filing harassment, and I am also filing further charges, looking for criminal charges to be pressed against all, an investigation into all. Somerset County Sheriff's Department, Vermont State Police, Rutland Police, and more. The fact is, Brianna has been, like I said, missing again since approximately 6 o'clock, 6:30 maybe, on Saturday morning when she was last heard from. She contacted me, told me that she felt like she was dying. I can understand how she was feeling like that. She was freezing cold in a morbid feeling motel room where there's been a lot of frivolous act that takes place in that area. We are all very well aware of it. Brianna should not be by herself. We all know that, because of her medical condition being so mind-boggling and is very confusing mentally and emotionally, as well as draining her physically. So with all that being said, she gets back to Vermont by bus. They did not, Northeast Kingdom Mental Health Services did not put her in a motel. They did not provide anything for her. What happened? I got a contact from Saturday morning from her, 5:30, like I said, that she was feeling that way. She videoed with me. She's feeling very ill. The phone went dead. I have not heard from my daughter since. I called the roadway inn. The young lady was nice enough to go and check and see if Brianna was in her room. She was not in her room. I called yesterday morning to check again. The young lady was very nice, and she went in and she checked and she said, there's nobody in there. There's nobody been in there. I called Rutland Police Department. They hung up on me. Today, it has been reported approximately 8:45 to them by another concerned party that has not heard from Brianna. She spoke with dispatch at Rutland Police Department. After calling Roadway Inn, she spoke with Tim at the dispatch, and he said that if they needed any further information, they would contact her. Well, they need a whole lot more information because they don't have nearly enough. In fact, they don't have anything other than the fact that Brianna wasn't feeling well, and she's missing and hasn't been back to her room at the Roadway Inn. Now, when this other party called, she was hung up on by the man that answered. He ain't no fucking man, he's a mouse if he hung up on her, knowing the urgency and the fact that there's a missing person. Okay? So that's not only my opinion, but I'm going to tell you right now, any fucking person that doesn't have heart enough to acknowledge the fact that there's a missing person out there, they shouldn't even be in this fucking country. That's the problem out here. So knowing that my daughter again is missing at the hands of the state of Vermont Mental Health Services, TJ Donovan, and Rutland Police Department, because Tim at dispatch didn't give the name of the officer that would be calling back, didn't even say if he would be calling back, only if he needed more information. Well, he needs a whole lot more information. So at 10 o'clock, it is now 9:20 a.m. We're going to give it until 10 o'clock, and if we do not hear from Rutland Police Department, we will be calling back again. And we're going to find out where my daughter is, because there's no need of this. This is all directed by TJ Donovan, the Attorney General, carried out by the Vermont State Police and every single police department there is. It's called Color of Law. Violation of civil rights, human rights, disability rights, all kinds of rights that are going on here. Brianna had the right to safety, knowing that she was found in a sex trafficking, human trafficking case in Orlando, and that we've had the police of Vermont And the Attorney General and the state's attorney and everybody after us, that's obvious. Everybody knows it because I put it out here. I have all the reports to prove. Do I not, Vermont State Police? Yes, I do. So therefore, I'm asking that you all pay attention because Brianna is not doing well. And if you have any way of trying to assist or help, reach out to her, Breezy Faith, on her Facebook. She has not been on her Facebook for over 24 hours. Her phone is not active. It's not being answered. Her room has gone untouched since her last known whereabouts being. Room 112. Where did my daughter disappear to? Why did my daughter disappear? And who is responsible for it this time?